Good day everyone, I'm teacher April and today I'm going to tackle about the rules of ICT in assessment and learning and current trends in assessment and learning. Rules of ICT in assessment and learning and current trends in assessment and learning. First is helpful to teachers for students' information and result of examination can be recorded and stored and can easily be retrieved. Yes, it is really helpful to teachers, especially during the pandemic, since they use Google Forms during exam and it helps them easily record and stores of the student's exam. Second is, technology is an innovation and support for teaching and learning. Since instructional technology provides better capabilities for gathering or providing feedback compared with the more traditional methods, teachers can use a variety of digital tools to gauge where their students are in particular lessons. Third is improves instruction and increase performance. So, educators who use instructional strategies allow the students to make meaningful connections between concepts learned in class or in real-life situation. Lastly is a web-based examination software or online examination system gives a high level of transparency. A major highlight of using a web-based examination software or online examination system is that it gives a high level of transparency as opposed to the traditional method or remote method. It is almost impossible to compromise exam questions and evaluations because they cannot also be influenced. Most online exams generate the result instantly and it is often possible for the exam taker to get information and his result immediately. So, here are some of the major advantages of online examination includes the following. First is accessibility and flexibility. Since exam can be conducted anywhere, all students need is a device to have access to the internet connection. Students can no longer need to move from one place to another in the name of sitting for the examination. Second is time management. Time management, since online examination system helps in saving time, the lengthy formalities and processes involved in creating question papers, registering candidates for exams, answer sheets, evaluations, and declaration of results to get completely eradicated with the availability of computers and internet. Third is save costs. When an exam is based in the online platform, there is a considerable decrease in the cost of paper, photocopying, and distribution expenses are all reduced and eliminated. Lastly is statistical analysis. Since different comparative analysis can be done to analyze the outcomes of exams over time with the help of compared data which can be easily stored over time. Current trends in assessment and learning. According to Wolpert Garon, 2010, the 21st century assessment includes utilizing multiple measures of assessment. Through utilizing measure of assessment, it can measure not just one assessment but more assessment that could help teachers assess students' abilities. So the more evidence that you collect, the more valid and reliable references you can draw about the extent of the student's learning. Second is increasing the use of technology. Since today's schools trying to integrate technology for teaching and learning, of course, it can increase the use of technology since students and teachers are now using it as a part of their learning, especially during the pandemic and everyone are not allowed to go to school. Technology has been very useful to students and teachers since it helps teachers to communicate and connect to the students. The third one is focus on the growth and development of learner. If we talk about the growth and development, it is the process increase in the size of a child or parts of the child. The last one is differentiating the rules and responsibilities of the teachers, administrators, and other stakeholders. The role of teacher is to educate and guide students to grow as individuals. So it is with the community as a duty to educate and guide the people. It is the role and responsibilities of the stakeholders in the education system. A teacher is a key member of education system. Without a good teacher, there can be no good education. The role of the teacher in the education system can be compared that of a facilitator. It is important for teachers to help students by making sure that they have the necessary resources and environment to do.
Everyone, my name is Karen Setuibeo, and for this evening I am going to discuss Module 7, Lesson 1 about the digital citizenship versus global citizenship. We are considered citizens of the community we lived in. Then, as a users of the internet, we can do also call ourselves a citizen of the digital world where we live, learn, and work in an interconnected manner. Digital citizenship is an idea that all persons using the internet has civic rights and responsibilities. It centers around safe, savvy, and ethical use of technology. Sees the world as a community in which all people live and prosper together. He or she understands that his or her actions contribute to the values of the entire planet. He or she is connected on how he or she participates and contributes to the entire world. The citizen, on the other hand, adheres to guidelines that govern the ethical and responsible use of technology and act responsibly in all relationships and interactions in the digital world. The 5 tenets of the global citizenship. The personal responsibility. Personal responsibility includes demonstrating how we manage ourselves in matters such as personal finance, ethical and moral boundaries, personal health and wellness, and relationships of every kind, both online or offline. And for the students, this kind of responsibility means taking ownership of his or her learning, developing a sense of accountability for lifelong learning, and our students prepare for the workplace. Cases where they must often think and act independently and take initiatives on their own. Encouraging this in the classroom as early as possible can help students develop high critical thinking and problem-solving abilities to assess them in every aspect of their lives. Global citizenship. The global digital citizenship understands that technology has dissolved boundaries between all the world's people. A deep understanding of this new global interconnectedness can encourage them to be aware of the issues, traditions, values, and cultures of the other citizens. This leads to cultivating understanding, acceptance, compassion, and humility. The digital citizenship. Digital citizenship covers appropriate and explorative behavior in our online environments. It's about working towards our transparent digital world safe for ourselves and others. Just like personal responsibility, this involves moving accountability for appropriate behavior to our students. Next is the altruistic service. Altruism is defined as having a selfless concern for the well-being of others. These ideals apply to the people we know, but also to those we don't know. These include embracing the opportunity to exercise charity and goodwill for the benefit of others. The last one is the environmental stewardship. The environmental stewardship encourages every student to take a positive stand on personal, local, regional, national, and international actions regarding the preservation of what is essentially our environmental community. It's vital that we respect it and take steps to ensure its beauty and longevity for all future generations. And now, moving forward for the elements of digital citizenship. First is the digital access. According to the Republic Act 10929 was signed on July 25, 2016, requiring all the public places in the country to have a free internet access. Public places in this act covers national and local government offices, public basis education institution, state universities and colleges and test the technology institution, public parks and barangay reading centers, public airports and seaports, and public transport terminals. Despite this law, however, many are still deprived of internet access and therefore deprived of some resources to become productive citizens. We need to provide and expand access to technology, and we need to be committed that no one is denied digital access. Next is the digital commerce. Nowadays, people shop through different websites and even do online transactions for banking. With this in e-commerce Act or Republic Act 8972 was signed in July 2000. This act aims to facilitate domestic and international dealings, transactions, arrangement and agreements, contracts and exchanges, and storage of information through the utilization of electronic, optical, and similar medium, mode, instrumentality, and technology to recognize the authenticity and reliability of electronic document. Next is the digital literacy. As a digital citizens, it is our responsibility to develop and continually enhance our technological knowledge by others. We should model the positive and the proactive use of technology for good causes, personal and professional growth, and education. Next is the digital etiquette. This refers to the electronic standards of conduct and procedure. This is often seen as one of the most pressing problems when dealing with digital citizenship. As a digital citizens, we must be taught to become a responsible. Next is the digital law. Digital law refers to the electronic responsibility for actions and deeds. The digital world is so huge that there should be orders, discipline, and ethical use. Plagiarism, copyright infringement, hacking of information, identity theft, and crimes that we can commonly violated by online users. As a digital citizen, we must be aware of these illegal behaviors so that we can avoid them and report those who illegally engage in them. Next is the digital right and responsibilities. For every right, there is a corresponding duty, and for every privilege, there is a corresponding responsibility. The privileges of digital access come along with responsibility. Just as the Philippine Constitution protects us with rights of being a Filipino citizens, such as the right to privacy, we also have the responsibility cautious in our online activities such as posting our photos and videos online. Next is the digital health and wellness. Our physical and psychological well-being in a digital technology world should be priority. Many illnesses have become associated with technology. We should protect ourselves as a digital citizen through education and training. One is the digital security. Digital security. How to keep oneself secure in any community is a major concern. If we keep our home safe with gates and locks, we also need to protect the information that we provide online with privacy setting and strong passwords. We also need to have a virus protection and backups of our data. As a responsible digital citizens, we must know how to keep our data, our money, and our identity from all hazards in the digital world. So that's it for the lesson 1 of the module 7. So for the next lesson, I will give you to the next reporter.
So good evening everyone. I'll be the one to discuss lesson 2 about netizenship and neti. What is netizenship? Netizenship refers to responsible and ethical behavior exhibited by individuals within online communities. It involves practicing good digital citizenship, which includes respecting others, engaging in constructive communication, and contributing positively to online space. So, there is a case that connected to netizenship. The case involved two minor students from a certain school whose photos were posted on Facebook. The photos which were uploaded by one of their friends shown the students drinking and smoking in a bar and wearing just undergarments on the street. The photos were shown by one of the Facebook friends of the girls to the school official, prompting them to ban the students from marching in their graduation rites. According to the school, the students violated the school code of conduct. The parents of the students, in defense, filed a petition for the issuance of a writ or of habeas data and asked to court to order the school to surrender and deposit all soft and printed copies of the photograph, and to declare they have been illegally obtained in violation of the children's right to privacy. So, this agreement is a consonant of Supreme Court decision. So let's see what is the decision of Supreme Court in this case. So, the court dismissed the parents' petition and ruled that the school did not violate the minors' privacy rights. According to the court, the school cannot be faulted for being steadfast in its duty of teaching its students to be responsible in their dealings and activities in cyberspace, particularly in social networks when it enforced the disciplinary action specified in the student's handbook, absent a showing that in the process it violated the student's right. The decision of the court stated that the students cannot invoke the protection attached to the right to informational privacy because the photos were seen by other students of the school, who in turn showed them to the computer teacher, who reported the incident to the school authorities. In the language of the court, the photos having been uploaded on Facebook without restriction as to who may view them, lost their privacy in some way. The court further added in its ruling that setting their post privacy to friends only is not an assurance that it can no longer be viewed by another user who is not Facebook friends with the source of the content. Thus, decision read that without proof that they place the photograph subject of this case within the ambit of their protected zone of privacy, they cannot within that they have an expectation of privacy with respect to the photographs in questions. The decision of the court puts the burden of ensuring safeguarding privacy online users and expect them to exercise due diligence in their online dealings and activities. According to the court, not discounting the role of schools and parents in disciplining and educating their children to be good digital citizens. Self-regulation is the best means of avoiding privacy rights violations. It further issued a ruling saying that nothing is ever private on Facebook, even those tagged as private never really escape public viewing, including unattended audience. As ni netizen, muriak man dayon ta about sa post gikan sa Facebook, but we don't know the behind of that photos. So, we should be responsible and practicing good digital citizenship to contribute positively to online. So, this means that the Philippines being considered a social media capital of the world as the need to stress social media education and etiquette among online users. The interview conducted with parents and teachers of high school students, as I read earlier, underscored the need to use social media responsibly. All agreed for the inclusion of social media etiquette in the education curriculum either as a separate subject of integrated in good manners and right conduct. So, while working online, we all create a digital tattoo and we leave digital footprints. We have to remember that our digital world is permanent, and with each post, we leave a digital footprint. By doing self-reflecting before we self-reveal, we are able to consider how that we share online can impact ourselves and others. So, anitizen, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, April 26, 2018, is an active participant in the online community in the Internet. The Medical Dictionary refers to it as Internet citizen who uses network resources which connote civic responsibility and participation. Thus, netizenship means citizenship. So, netizenship means citizenship in the internet or in the virtual world. As responsible netizens, we are all expected to support a healthy interaction on the internet. An etiquette or the rules of social accepted before online have to be observed in writing and email, in texting, and other communication on the web. There is some guidelines of netiquette. So before we proceed what is netiquette? Netiquette, a portmanteau of net. From the word net is from internet. An etiquette encompasses the rules and norms that govern proper behavior online. It involves being polite, respectful, and considerate when interacting with others in digital environments, such as forums, social media, and other online platforms. Following etiquette helps maintain a positive and productive online community. Some of netiquette guidelines. First is protect your reputation. Whether in real or in virtual world, you are the same person. Do only what is appropriate and share information that does not harm you as a person. So, protecting your reputation both in real and virtual worlds. involves maintaining consistency in your action and behaviors and information you share. Being the same person across these realms means upholding your values, morals, and integrity. It's crucial to act in a manner that aligns with your principle, refraining from actions or sharing information that could damage your character or integrity. Essentially, your behavior and information you share should reflect the best aspects of yourself, preserving your positive image and credibility. Second is respect others. Respect beget respect. Treat everyone with respect even if you have not seen him or her in person. Be judicious about what you say on your own and other pages. Third is express yourself clearly and use emoticons. Communication online is difficult because emotions are not evident during communication. Miscommunication usually takes place because your facial expression and your body language cannot be seen and the tone of your voice cannot be heard. Thus, emoticons are reading available to show your emotions. So, communicate online is often it's challenging because our emotions aren't directly conveyed through facial. They act as substitutes for facial expression and help convey feelings such as happiness, sadness, excitement, or humor. By using emoticons, we can be better expressed. Fourth, remember the intellectual property. Ideas online are products of intelligence of others. If you need to cite them, acknowledge the authors. You definitely do not want to steal properties of others. Fifth, spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Since your face cannot be seen online, you will be judged according to your posts. Good write means good manners. We do not want to waste other people's time reading our post which is incomprehensible. 6. Pause before you post. Take note that whatever you post becomes permanent. Therefore, think twice or thrice before you click send. 7. Do not share your personal information. Sharing your personal information online is like going around the streets wearing a shirt printed with your name, address, birthday, name of parents, and etc. You definitely do not want to reveal all this to many people. Besides, providing all this publicity will make you prone to identify thief. Lastly, think about who or what you are representing. As a son or daughter, you represent your family. As a student, you represent your school. You don't want your family or school to be put to shame by what you do. So that's all my part. So the lesson 3 will be tackled by Mr. Kin.
So, according to World Intellectual Property Organization, it refers to creation of the mind such as inventions, literacy and artistic works design, symbol and name, and images used in commerce. So, an intellectual property right is a right held by a person or by a company to have exclusive right over this. Intellectual property are protected by the World Intellectual Property Organizations, to which the Philippines is one of the 191 members states in our country. We have the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. Republic Act 8293, this act defined intellectual property to include copyright and related rights, trademarks and service marks, geographic indications, industrial design, patience, and layout design. When we say copyright, refers to the legal right given to the owner of the original work or intellectual property. These works are original intellectual creations in the literacy and artistic protected from the moment of their creation, which includes the following. Copyright is a broad category that protects creators of literacy, dramatic, artistic, musical works, example books, letter, email, blog, computer program, compilation, government publication, script, play, film, painting, sculpture, music video, and etc. The internet is very rich source of this matter and we should be careful in using them. Now, that copy and paste are very accessible commands in our computer toolbars. We should try not violate the copyright laws, otherwise we could be accused of copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is the use of works without permission where the copyright holders has the exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, display, or perform the protected work, or to make derivative works. Proper citations should be used when including them in our output. Copyright and infringement versus plagiarism. So, plagiarism is an act of rude and involves both stealing someone else's works and lying about and afterwards. So, plagiarism furthers elaborate the following as a plagiarism. Number 1 is turning in someone else without as your own. Number 2 is copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit. Number 3 is failing to put quotation mark. Number 4 is giving incorrect information about the source of quotations. Number 5 is changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit. Number 6 is copying so many words or ideas from a source that it makes up the majority of your works. Whether you give credit or not, see our sections on fair use rules. For image, videos, and music, the following are counted as plagiarism. Copying media, especially images, from other websites to paste them into your own papers or websites. Making videos using footage from other videos or using copyright music as a part of the soundtrack. Number 3, performing other person's copyright music. Number 4, composing a piece of music that borrows heavily from another composition. In other words, plagiarism occurs when someone does not give credit to the ideas or works they use to support new points or works, or passes it off as their own, while the infringement is when someone reuses the works of others outside of the limits of copyright law, or takes the right over the work held by a copyright owner without permission. In addition, copyright infringement is a legal violation while the plagiarism is an ethical violation.